Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation, and we have some news about an auction about a very interesting historical gold piece. The 1792 Washington gold piece sells for $1.74 million in Philadelphia. Indeed, and here is the actual photograph of the slab of the piece. Very interesting indeed. A very cool looking piece that George Washington himself probably had in his pocket. The 1792 Washington gold piece offered for first public auction since 1890, and all the proceeds are donated to charity, according to CoinWeek.com's article here. This one-of-a-kind 1792 gold coin, believed by its previous owner to have once been cherished memento of U.S. President George Washington, is sold for $1,740,000 on Thursday, August the 16th, in Philadelphia at the A&A show by Heritage Auctions. This is the first time since 1792 $10 Washington President Gold Eagle pattern coin appeared at public auction since 1890. 100% of the net proceeds will benefit charitable causes. It also holds the historic distinction as the earliest gold pattern coin submitted for consideration as a United States coin. Numismatic researchers widely agree it is one of the most important coins in American history, and I would agree with that. Said Jim Halpern, co-founder of Heritage Auctions, not to be confused with one of the top salesmen at Dunder Mifflin in The Office. Since 1792, the coin has been owned by just 8 elite numismatists who traded it privately for 128 years. Prominent collector and author Eric P. Newman acquired the coin in 1942, and it has not changed hands since. Newman, a numismatic scholar, died in 2017 at the age of 106. Wow. He's credited for creating one of the nation's most significant coin collections. Since 2013, more than 19,000 lots from Newman's collection have sold for over $72.9 million at auctions conducted by Heritage, with all net proceeds benefiting various charities. Despite his vast collection, Newman considered the 1792 Washington Gold Eagle his favorite coin of all for a special reason. Newman believed the Washington Gold Eagle was not produced because legend stated it defied the president's own edict that his likeness not appear in any U.S. currency to avoid appearance as a monarchy to the new democracy. To my father, George Washington was a personal hero, son Andy Newman said. He considered Washington's refusal that our country's first coinage depict his own image on it to be emblematic example of Washington's profound humility and willingness to put country before self. The press kit for the 1792 Washington Gold Eagle coin offers high-resolution images, B-roll video. We're going to take a look at that and see what it looks like. I'm kind of curious here. Here's the an image of the... actually, let's see if we can get the B-roll video going here. This is interesting. Look at that. Fascinating. Fascinating. Look at that edge lettering there, or the lettering there on it. There's another view. Spinning around. You can see that it's been circulated there. Very cool indeed. Here's a reverse with the eagle. You just think that wear probably occurred by George Washington himself, setting that precedent that he feels like he should not be on a United States coin. Let's see here. And let's take a look at the more documentation here. Quite interesting and fascinating indeed. I'll post a link to this article in the description below. It outlines the history of this. I think it's quite fascinating. Quite an interesting piece. And as you know, I bought a silver version of this. And it's a really cool, kind of cool classic design indeed. Fascinating. So there it is. So what are your thoughts on this? Let's see if there's any other images here. Here's the images. Let's take a look at some high resolution images of this. Very cool. Let's get in close. A very fascinating look at this particular piece here. And whoever the owner is, they're very, very fortunate. That's the edge. So United States of America is inscribed on the edge of the coin. And there's the back. And it is considered a coin because this is a $10 eagle, and by just representation, I guess they considered that enough, even though it doesn't actually say it on it. It was decreed by the government to be as such. Very cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 stars. And with the one right there on top of the head there. E pluribus unum, there we see. Very cool. There it is in the slab again. There it is. And you can see the die turn. It does have the coin die turn, but it's not exactly, it's rotated slightly there. Very interesting indeed. There it is. The 1792 Washington gold piece auction. Very cool. So post your thoughts below on this particular piece. Piece of history, and Intaglio Mint, where I bought my silver version of these, provides them in high relief, well, pretty high relief, but it's a 2-ounce ultra thick PA4 version of this. And it's a pretty good representation, I think, of this particular piece there in full relief. So you can see here there's a lot of wear on the sleeve, but on the Intaglio Mint version, you can certainly see the pattern there. Now on the silver version, it says G Washington, and then it says President, and then a dot, and then the number or the letter I for the Roman numeral 1. And very cool. Let's see. And then what does let's see what the other side shows. And then the other side is slightly different with the eagle, makeup of the eagle. And the stars are aligned differently. And it says United States of America because there's no edge lettering on this piece. So the eagle doesn't quite take up as much space on the piece as that. But quite interesting indeed. Fascinating. I think, a rendition of this. And let's see, I wonder if we can get any more. That's that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get any other images there. I think that's it. Let's take a closer look there. You can see that. Very fascinating. And let's see, that's it. All right, very good. So post your thoughts below. Do you think that? I thought it was going to go for more than that, personally. I thought for sure it would go at a higher cost. But nonetheless, it is what it is, and the markets are what they are. And but for such a valuable piece of history, the documentation behind the piece, and the fact that it was, part of a famous numismatist collection, and a lot of different factors involved in this, make this thing quite special indeed. And post your thoughts below. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to y'all for watching, and encourage you to please rate, comment, and subscribe.